Good job. Good morning, Miss Anna.
Good morning, Sheila. How are you?
Good.
How do you take your Joe?
Today it's black.
Mine has some Dunkin' Donuts creamer
Mm,
and a little bit of stevia.
yum.
Mm.
I think we have Obi joining us momentarily.
Yeah, maybe. So, Sheila, we had a very eventful few days.
We did. What happened?
Well, I was reminiscing about when I was younger and back in the chickenpox days when one kid in the neighborhood would get the chickenpox and all the other parents would throw their kids with that kid so that,
Everybody else would get chickenpox.
Everybody else would get chickenpox. And did you know that apparently they have cars that are bulletproof and also chemical proof? So can you imagine the strength of that chickenpox if they piled all the kids in one of those cars?
As a nurse, I think that would be amazing. Let's just shove 1,000 children in a car and expose them all at once.
And maybe we could have some parent drive them around the neighborhood and wave at all the other parents. Like, heh heh.
With the tiny hands.
Yes, with very tiny hands.
Because they're little children.
They are.
But I thought it was the car seat that they put the virus in. So, because he was kind of cranky.
Yeah, he was. Maybe they had to strap him in and, give him a Big Mac or something.
Oh, that's probably what they did. They did drive through.
Yeah, they did drive through, which is the whole point of having to get out of there because, gotta have a fresh Big Mac.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it made my day, that was for sure.
So we had a very eventful weekend. We had 2 caravans. And,
amazing.
we got escorted actually by the police this time. They are very
matter.
Black Lives Matter. They were very supportive. So thanks to the Waimama police. We love you guys.
And they got pinned, I heard.
They did get pinned,
Good
if
job.
that's what you want to call it. But yeah, Kristen went around and gave them a very special stick.
Flag pin.
Flag
Good
pin?
for Kristen.
Yes.
Yep. Better living through chemistry.
What?
Better living through chemistry.
Yes. So anyway, I'm Anna.
I'm Sheila. Nice to meet you, everybody.
We're not professionals, obviously. We're just here to try to guide everyone through some of the activities we have locally.
28 days.
28 days? That's a movie.
It's a period in time.
It's Sandra Bullock, We don't want to go there.
No, we don't.
Right, right. Erin says not to be confused with 28 days later. Anyway,
or the morning after.
So we're just normal people that are trying to make a change. We're very passionate about our current White House or lack thereof occupant. And we're trying to make a change. We understand that volunteering and understanding how to volunteer might be a little intimidating. So these whole Cup of Joes are to introduce what we do, how to get involved, introduce our candidates, expose, for lack of a better word, as we will in just a minute, one of our favorite volunteers. So you can see that we're normal people and we're not scary, although some people might think that some of us are a little scary with their pins.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But we're just normal folks trying to make a change.
Yep. And a lot of us like actually waving flags on Friday to get yelled at. That's like our favorite event, isn't it, Producer Erin?
It is our favorite event. Actually, I have seen a huge change, though.
I have
too. A lot more positivity in every respect.
Oh, my gosh.
Positivity in attitudes, positivity in tests. Who knows?
I was so surprised at the number of people who were cheering us on Friday.
They were cheering us.
There were a couple who, asked us some anatomically incorrect questions, but the rest of the time they were cheering.
They didn't know that we have nurses among us and they can answer those questions precisely.
Yes.
And like,
it
the
is
hands.
Possible.
It's like, well, let me see your hands and let me see how that would work.
Yes. Oh, they're too tiny now.
Yes, I don't think that will fit.
Anyway, get my microscope and tweezers and I'll find it.
Anyway, we did have some people that came. Usually, I would say 80% of the time when we do some of these activities that are a little bit more exhibitional, for lack of a better word.
Yes.
We have people join us. We had a young man named Joshua join us.
He was amazing.
He was great. He came into the caravan on Sunday.
And he came to flag waving on Friday.
So we're very open to people joining us, learning how to get involved.
Yep.
We can go through a little bit of that. If you don't want to do sign waving, Sheila is your woman for text banking.
I'm the text bank queen.
She's the text bank queen. She spends a lot of time on the phone. So if you have any kind of questions, she's usually respond pretty quickly.
Because I'm retired.
That's right. I am
It has its perks.
It is
Percolating.
percolating and perky. And I do call banking, not droopy. Well, some of us are, but you know, there's some ways to correct that.
There is.
There is a new, kind of support system, not only for volunteer support, but just anatomically, support that can
We have
help
a good volunteer
droopiness.
support system.
We do volunteer support system.
So let's talk about what's going on this week.
So we need to get over to our volunteers, and we have again text banking with Sheila, phone banking with me, contact list canvassing with Nicola, which we've been very successful.
Yep.
And then we have flag waving and then caravans. But we've kind of there's just too much to discuss, Sheila.
It is.
We need to get to our volunteer of the week and then our candidate of the week.
And I'm so excited about our candidate of the week too. I can't wait to see him. But let's get to our volunteer first.
Oh, who is
it?
Who is it?
It's Fred. Hey, Fred.
Fred.
Howdy. How y'all doing?
I don't think we can hear
Oh,
Fred.
We can't hear Fred.
Hello. Can you hear me?
And you're our IT guy, and we can't hear you.
Is this like a joke, Fred? This isn't funny.
This is not funny.
This is what happens when Fred
No.
All right, Fred, we're going to have to come back to you maybe in a minute.
Yeah, I think Fred, we're going to have to come back to you, but I like that picture.
So
I think he was just stressing what he does for us, and he was showing us by virtue of not doing what he normally does to show how important he is.
Oh, but we digress again. Our guest today is one of the most famous teachers around. He has been a military vet. He was in the Navy for, I want to say 25 years, 24 years.
I'm sure he'll tell us.
He will. He teaches civics or civical.
He is very civical when he teaches civics.
He is.
In a legislative way.
Right. And so we really love Scott, but we want him to get the hell out of here and go to Tallahassee. So Scott, can you join us?
Hey, good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
I think Scott's frozen too. Hold on one second, Scott.
I could hear Fred, so I think
Technical
it might be
difficulties.
you have to
Are
turn
you
up the
there?
volume. Yeah.
All right. Well, our producer fixes this.
We'll go on and talk about what we're doing this week.
Yep. We might want to take Scott off.
Yes.
Scott will be right back. All right.
So this week we have on Wednesday, which is 2 days from now.
Yes.
We
two
have
exciting things.
We have two exciting things. We have call banking with the Biden
Young men.
representatives, young men and women.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, I've done the phone banking. I used to do it 3 times a week.
Mhm.
And one day they had Susan Valdez on. I know. I was like, who is this? And they said, oh, it's a surprise. And
Wow.
so we got to speak to her, and she's got a really interesting life story. Her parents were from Cuba. She's a really, very interesting woman and very down to earth. And she started grassroots. She's
Nice.
Been a Tampa resident most of her life. She's very interesting. And then we did the call banking, which, in terms of positivity, it used to be we did the call banking. People would just like, are you voting? I say, are you voting for Joe? And they'd be like, yes or no. And if it's no, they want to get, hang up the phone quite quickly. However, the last few times I've done it, I've been on the phone for at least 10 to 15 minutes with each person, and I'm trying to make excuses to move on to the next call because they want to tell me how happy they are for voting for Joe, as well as all the Democrats up and down the ballot.
That's amazing.
They want to make sure their vote counts, so they're asking lots of questions about the secrecy sleeve. They're asking lots of questions about where to drop it off, when to drop it off, when they could do early voting if that's what they choose to do.
Yep.
There's just a lot of questions, which I found, a really good sign that people want to get involved. They want to see change, and they want to vote for Joe as well as all the Democrats up and down the ballot.
Well, and I see that on texting. A lot of times what we're doing now is texting to see if people have gotten their ballots and filled it out. And if they filled it out, do they want to turn it in early or take it in person? I'd say 90% of the calls I did yesterday, and I did about 6,000 of the texts, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it was. People were like, yes, where do I turn it in? Can I bring it to the poll? Can I bring it to the board of supervisors? Where can I take it? So it was really exciting. There were a couple of people who said, "Man, I'm not doing anything," but it was really good. But Wednesday night is my favorite night because
Wednesday night. I'm sorry, Pence. He's in trouble. Oh, I can't wait to see this. So Wednesday night, hopefully, when we have some different watch parties, we may have a local watch party. It should be interesting if they intend to go through with it. I mean, I've still heard some chatter that they might not go through with it. With that not working, I guess we try to have Fred on for a second.
Fred,
that will work.
Hey, how are you?
Yay, Fred, we're here.
So
How
Fred,
are you?
We're good.
Thank you for the demonstration of what you do for us, because you actually showed us.
That was all Erin. She got it.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you've done for the campaign and what you've done for us.
Well, what I do to help out is more behind the scenes. Doing a lot with the Ride In with Biden webpage and getting the word out to different groups and sites and sharing Cup of Joe. I'm a really big proponent of helping Nicola with the no canvas. So I'm stuffing a lot of literature, getting the kids involved. My family loves to stuff things in bags to hang on doors. So just doing what I can to spread the word and get that Cheeto out of our house.
Well, thank you for being
Fred.
a great volunteer. You know, I have some presents for you that are coming in the mail.
Oh, yay. I said, yay.
Yay. I can't wait. Well, thank you so much for everything you do for us,
Thank you, Fred.
I mean, otherwise it would just be me just pacing and putting things all over the place, and people were giving me messages like, I can't read it. So anyway, thank you so much for everything you do for us, Fred.
Thanks,
and
Fred.
Without further ado,
we're going to try Mr. H again.
We're going to try Mr. H again.
Scott, you there?
I'm here. Good morning.
Whoa.
Can you hear me now?
Yay. So, Scott, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you're running for, and what you stand for.
So, I'm Scott, Mr. H. Hottenstein. I am running for state representative in District 57, which is the southeast part of Hillsborough County, pretty much the eastern part of Valrico, all the way down through Lithia, the southern part of Riverview, Balm, Sun City Center, Waimama, even a little part of Ruskin and Gibsonton. I think you're talking beforehand. I'm a 24-year Navy veteran. I joined the Navy when I was 17 years old, graduated from the Naval Academy, and went on to serve 20 years as a commissioned officer in the Navy. I had command. I deployed overseas. I was second in command of 450 people in a combat zone. We brought everyone home from that mission with all their toes and fingers. Very proud of that. When I retired, I became a middle school civics teacher. And I love my second profession. And a couple of years, well, actually last year, 2019, I was a Teacher of the Year finalist for Hillsborough County, top 5 out of the 10, 15,000 teachers that we have in the county. I'm running because when I look at my students, and I've been teaching 7th grade long enough that some of them are in college now and some of them are voting. I want them to have a better state of Florida than what we're giving them. And that goes for public education, public health, and just overall public service. Our elected officials are not representing the people. They're representing special interests. And we need that to stop. And we need to turn around the 2 decades of Republican trifecta leadership in Tallahassee, where they've controlled the governorship, the state Senate, and the state House. And we're going to work on the state Senate and the state House from now till November 3rd to flip it blue.
who can maybe educate some of those folks up in Tallahassee, because I think they need it.
Yeah, you froze there for a second, so I only heard the last part about educating people in Tallahassee, and you know that's a big concern because, especially when it comes to education itself, they don't have any educators up there, and they've mastered the soundbite of saying that it's the year of the teacher and that they voted for a $500 million pay raise. But what they don't tell you, and what teachers will tell you up front, is that it's not the year of the teacher unless it's some kind of masochist kind of thing. And no teacher has received a pay raise. And out of that 500 million that they supposedly gave to school districts, they took back at least 300 million when no one was looking, through making school districts make payments to the Florida retirement system, which Florida is supposed to fund, and cutting funding to the Guardian program and to online e-learning educational resource programs. So we definitely need to educate the legislators, because all they know are sound bites that sound good but are empty promises and empty actions on their part.
Well, who are you running against? I heard that there's some guy out there that's the incumbent and he won't debate you.
Our current representative is Mike Beltran. He was elected 2 years ago. So he's in his first term. And this is kind of an overall frustrating thing for me, because lots of people are kind of blowing off District 57 and the residents in District 57. Rep Beltran and myself have only appeared once on any kind of program where we've answered questions in public, and that was the Greater Riverview Chamber of Commerce just last week. I'm unaware of any town halls or public events that he's had. Certainly, he has not been very vocal about what's going on with COVID-19. And he voted against having a special session of the legislature to deal with the pandemic. The political elites, Tampa Tiger Bay Club, which is kind of the nonpartisan political club in Tampa, refused to do a forum on our House race. They said that they're just too busy. They did one for other House races that we could have went to, but we're seeing a pattern of Republicans not engaging, not taking questions from the public unless it's very favorable ground for them, because they don't want to answer for a lack of Medicaid expansion. They don't want to answer for the failure of the unemployment system. They don't have good answers to many of the issues that we're facing. So they're hoping to duck and plant some yard signs and spend some money on TV commercials and hope that carries them through the election. And then what they're going to do once they're reelected, their plans, we heard from the governor, take away First Amendment rights. We're probably going to look at an austerity budget. We're not going to look at a lot of COVID help. All of this is on the line if we don't flip the state house blue.
So if you want, we're having more technical difficulties. I'm not really sure what's going on, but I appreciate Scott coming on. If you want to get involved and learn how to volunteer, you can contact us or at mrh4fl57.com. He has a lot of events. He has phone banking. He has caravans. I'm sure he would appreciate a donation or two.
Yes.
So please contact us or contact him if you'd like more information, like to get involved. And we appreciate Mr. Hottenstein you coming on. We apologize for the technical difficulties.
And he is the leader of the caravans on most weekends. So if you want to meet him in person, because he's a great guy and he's got a great wife and he's got a great mother-in-law who's a feisty young lady.
Love her. Love
We
Sally.
love your mother-in-law.
Love Sally.
He is awesome.
Great.
Yeah, come out every weekend, meet Scott.
Okay, thank you, Mr. H.
Thanks. Hey, we forgot to tell people about our email.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
There's
Wait,
been
quick.
so much news. Breaking news.
Breaking
ding,
news.
Ding, ding. Yep. So breaking news. We have an email,
Yay.
and it is
Cup of Joe FH. CUP. OFJOEFH for fish hawk at gmail.com.
really.
Yes, it was Melinda.
Oh,
She wanted to know where we got our shirts.
we do have fans though, because someone not only North America
says, "Oh my God, you're Sheila from the Cup of." And I had a mask on. I didn't know how she recognized me, but maybe it was because I had my Cup of Joe shirt on.
Yeah, maybe she just read the shirt, but we'll just let it lie. Like,
It was actually Mr. H's mother-in-law.
well, anyway,
I have corona.
Anyway, we do have a following now.
We do.
Like maybe 10
Cult
people.
following.
And so we're going to be broadcasting these little clips. Hopefully,
Yep.
if we continue to have technical difficulties.
Do some Joe on the goes.
Yeah, on
some espresso.
on YouTube as well as podcasts, because actually I heard a little bit of it, and podcast is the way to go. So look for us. If you missed us here, if you didn't seeing our faces, you can listen to us.
Oh God, wish you're driving, just don't crash.
Right, on the Bar Podcast and our YouTube channel. So just to summarize a little bit what's going on this week,
yes.
And if you want to get in touch
we
with
totally
us,
missed everything.
We missed everything. Like, follow and share us on.
We're influencers now.
We are influencers. We're influencing everyone to like, follow, and share us
on one page.
On Riding for Biden with Hillsborough.
Yep.
Or to definitely get you contactless canvassing.
Yep.
Although Caravans. I think Caravan, we have a person that you can get hooked up with immediately.
And with 29 days to go, we're going to need a lot of help with Get Out the Vote. So that means phone banking and text banking.
And the most important thing is, what's today, Sheila? It's not October 3rd. So don't go to that Mean Girls route.
Today is Monday.
Today's Monday, October 5th. The last day to register to vote. So ask your friends. I ask people in the grocery store, and if you're Kristen, you ask the ER doctors when you go in for the ER. Yep. Are they registered to vote? Ask 3 of their friends. Say, hey, are you registered to vote? They say yes. Hey, can you ask 3 of your friends if they're registered to vote? Right? Bipartisan. Are you registered to vote? Today is the very last day. It's super easy. You go to iwillvote.com. It tells you, I mean, some people could be transplants and they could be here from a different state. It's super easy.
It's great.
iwillvote.com.
And we've got debate. Hopefully, we have a debate on Wednesday.
Hopefully on Wednesday. It might be a bloodbath.
Speaking of debates, I regress just for a second.
Did you regress or digress?
I regress right
now. You're regressing? Okay.
Yes. Did anybody see the debate with our gal pal Lindsey Graham and his
our gal pal? Yes. No, I heard about it. I saw the partition.
Jamie Lee Garrison brought out his own plexiglass partition so Lindsey Graham wouldn't spit all over him during the debate. I just thought that was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Because you don't want anyone spitting on you, especially if your gal pals.
COVID spittle on me. Because he was at that, super spreader event.
Oh, was he?
Yes.
I did not realize
he was at the super spreader event with the person they want to put in the Supreme Court, which starts today.
Yes.
Today's the first day of the Supreme Court, and the first case that they will be arguing is to remove and repeal the Affordable Care Act.
What a perfect timing, because it's not like we have a huge pandemic going on.
No, we don't. And that was apparent when they had the zoo in front of the White House.
They had a zoo?
They had a zoo in front of Walter Reed, I should say.
They had a zoo?
It was a zoo caravan.
Oh, did they have Giraffes?
No, they just had little baby baboons.
Oh, maybe some orangutans?
Yeah, orangutans with the big red ass
Mhm.
sticking out. Sorry. Uh,
Okay. Well, at least there was some diversity there.
It was pale.
Oh.
It was pretty white.
All right.
We've got voting. We've got call banking,
Call banking,
texting,
canvassing,
caravans. We're going to be starting get out the vote activities. What's get out the vote? Making sure people fill out the mail-in ballot and bring it in.
And we'll be doing a couple of shows to go about naked ballots. And
no naked ballots here.
I know naked ballots.
Mine are fully clothed.
You don't want to see that. We're older. There's some droopiness. Even though we have a good support system, it goes away without any of that.
You do not want to see those naked ballots. They are ugly.
You do not want to see the naked ballot. Anyway, so we'll be explaining that from a couple of shows to go or shows to go. And it's very important that you have all the necessary equipment for the VP debate on Wednesday at 9 p.m. So we're going to
have some white chocolate. We're going to have some, because he's kind of pale.
He is
some marshmallows.
Pale. Some marshmallows. Maybe we'll have some. Make sure Mother is there.
Mother's going to be there.
Mother will be there.
Yep.
And maybe we should get some Karen haircuts because
we should.
I'm not Karen enough.
Yeah, we're not Karen enough. But we can be Sheila enough.
We can be Sheila, our new Sheila.
This is our new Sheila. We'll tell you about it later.
Yes. So thank you for joining. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We'll be back soon with little cup of joes to go, so everyone will be fully prepared for the upcoming week.
To Ruth.